What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Cigar Ralphie. I've been able to post, man. I'm still trying to find. I'm still not even where I'm supposed to be. But anyway, I've been dying to do like a review of the Black Panther movie. I know I'm like 2 days late. Whatever. I saw it early. I saw an early screening where I was at when I was in Texas. They had an early showing. So it came out on a Friday. I saw it on a Thursday. I saw it Thursday night. But I haven't been able. But then I was flying on Friday and I couldn't. I was real busy. I've been flying for like 2 days. But what you call it? So there's I'm gonna try to make it quick. It might be longer than that, but whatever. So there's two things I wanted to talk about with this movie. It was the actual review of it. It's not that long, and then the kind of a little bit of the politics and the hype behind it. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the movie goes, it was good. It was a good movie, good storyline. Um, if for any of you who followed my podcast before, or my old videos or whatever, I'm not a big fan of the CGI at all. I'm not a big fan of the CGI. It was a little excessive on the CGI, but I do understand that this movie has to be CGI heavy due to the nature of the story. You got a city that's hundreds of years, more advanced than any city in the world. So it has to, you gotta have that. See, there's pretty much no other way to really do it, in this day and age. If you did it with, practical props or whatever, it would cost even more than probably the CGI. But it was a little CGI heavy, and at times I felt like it was like, damn, I know that's CGI. You could see it from a mile away, but that's fine. But the storyline was good. My favorite characters of the movie itself, it wasn't even Black Panther. It wasn't even T'Challa. It was the general. What's her name? Michonne. I call her Michonne. From Walking Dead. Like if she had her own movie, I'm watching it. I'm going to go see it. She was her and Killmonger were like, I mean, to me, I was rooting for the bad guy, but she was. One thing I liked about it was that it had enough comedy to give you that haha every once in a while. With his little sister gave it that comedy, that comedy element. But it wasn't overwhelming like Thor Ragnarok. I like Thor Ragnarok, but I felt like it was more of a comedy than Marvel. So you got the storyline. It was good. The costumes were good. The the fighting was good. Wish there was a little bit more fighting, but it is what it is. I'm explain that in a second. Why there's a little gray area there, and also, let me see, the villain was good. General. One thing that I wish I would have seen more, of course, and somebody else had said it on their review, is I kind of want to see more Black Panther. This is something that sometimes happens in Marvel movies where they'll have a hero and they'll have him not in his hero form, with the uniform or whatever. And people want to see the hero. So I don't mind seeing T'Challa, but I want to see Black Panther. I want to see him all the time. I don't want to see him with his mask off. I want to see the whole Black Panther, That's what I want to see. But in defense to that, though, me, I've been a Marvel fan since I was a kid. I collected comic books. I read them and all that stuff. So I'm kind of deeper in the universe. Now, that was just a short little review on it. Let's go into a little bit of the kind of the politics of it. I don't want to talk too much politics, but you have a movie that was like, nobody really knew it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew the Black Panther until they start bringing out like in Civil War and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew him, so the movie had to go the way it did because they had to introduce him. They had to introduce him to the world. Yeah, you saw parts of him in Civil War, but that's like the new generation really didn't know Black Panther. You know what I mean? They they had to do the same for a lot of the characters aside from Spider-Man and Batman and Superman, because those are really known, you know. But all the other ones, for Thor, they had to do it because my wife, for example, didn't know who Thor was until the movie, you know. And it's people like that they're catering to with the movie. It's not the people that already know, you know, like the nerds like me. You know, I already know the history of these characters. A lot of people don't. So you have to have a movie like this. The way it was done was good because you had to have that movie to kind of, you know, tell people, you know, introduce the character to the people slowly. Now that he's out in the world and he came out with a bang, um, you know, now they can go and, you know, move forward and do other things with him. You know what I mean? Now that everybody knows him, he's got merchandise. People are buying all kinds of Black Panther shirts and everything. So now people know. People start, you know, googling, and there's more to his story. Um, but it was a little bit overhyped to me. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. Um, and as far as the politics of it, which that's what I should have been talking about. A lot of people, you know, it kind of upset me that it was like, you know, when people were like, oh, you know, the Black Panther movie's doing something for the black community or whatever. And I'm like, yo, there was a lot of black characters before that I loved, that I looked up to. Hell, even Luke Cage I felt was more of an impact for what is happening now. I think Luke Cage is more of a, you know, of because, you know, the way they did Luke Cage, which is that's my favorite Marvel series, is Luke Cage. But I think Luke Cage had more is more in tune with right now. You know what I mean? Um, you know, a lot of people were saying that you had people from all sides or whatever. Some people were saying it was racist. I don't think it was racist. You got to understand the storyline. Okay, the villain. Saw the villain. If you saw the movie, great. If you didn't see it, spoiler alert. The villain saw his father getting killed. Okay, he grew up in the hood. His father had a child with a woman who wasn't from Wakanda, a regular human, I guess, not the people from Wakanda that have the lip thing. His father, okay, his father was from Wakanda. And that's where Killmonger, you know, came from. He was, if you didn't see it, whatever. If you saw it, he was the kid playing basketball. Obviously, you already know that. So he grew up in a time, you know, around now in the 80s. You know, I think it was like the 80s. Yeah, he was in Compton or something like that. You know, it was a lot of racial tension and stuff. He grew up seeing that. Aside from the fact that somebody from Wakanda killed his father, you know, he had a lot of anger. So you got to understand the anger of the villain and where he's coming from. I understood that. I understood his purpose, which is why I was kind of rooting for him. Did I want him to take over the world and give all, you know, African Americans those weapons and kill everyone? Because I'm like, damn, where do I stand? I'm part African. I'm, you know, part my ancestry. You know, I'm Dominican. You know, we're Afro Latino, but we're part. I'm like, yo, are they gonna like half kill me or something? But you know, anyway, you know, it's you gotta understand where he was coming from. You know, that's what he saw. That's his life. That's what he knew. So his answer was to go over, you know, to Wakanda, become the king, and friggin', you know, kind of free his people for all the stuff he's seen. And you know, he felt like his people were, you know, it was a little bit overboard, but that's what he knows. You know, you got to kind of understand the psychology behind it, which made a lot of sense. Again, overhyped the movie. I hate that people think, or you know, I don't hate that people think this, but it's, you know, it's crazy to me that people think like, oh, this is the movie that put like, no, I don't think so. There's a lot of other movies that were out way before this and that were really good, and you have a lot of you know, uh, heroes and characters to kind of look up to. I saw what was it? Like for example, I saw a video. It was like some kids at the movie theater saying, "Oh, I want to be him. I want to be him. I want to be him," and somebody wrote, "This is what it's all about, whatever." And that's great because I used to do that as a kid. Shit, I still do it. I want to be him, and I'm a grown ass man. But we shouldn't. You shouldn't have to wait for that character to come out. For we shouldn't have to wait. Like kids shouldn't have to wait for a certain color character or whatever. Any kid should be able to say, if he sees Iron Man, oh, I want to be Iron Man. It doesn't matter if he's Hispanic, Muslim, if he's gay, if he's straight, if he's white, if he's black, if he's yellow. I'm sorry, but whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter. He should be able to see Thor and say, I want to be like Thor. Green Lantern, I want to be like Green Lantern. Black Panther, I want to be like Black Panther. You know what I mean? That I believe that's why Stan Lee and the other white guy who created Black Panther. I believe that's what they're going for. With all their characters, not just Black Panther. They want the kids to be like, oh, these is good characters. You know what I mean? But I mean that's just my spin on it, my take on it, man. It's really like I think it was overhyped, like, oh my God, that epic movie. It's sold out. I mean, it broke records, and that's great. Not my number one at all. Not even close. I think my number one was Civil War because everybody was in it, and I think my number, the one that's gonna top that, is gonna be hopefully Infinity Wars, because I think that's gonna have, that has everybody in it. I want to see everybody. I want to see all these characters get together and kick some ass. Really, like all the Ant-Man. I don't even know why they had that preview on there. I'm not even gonna go see that. All the other ones, I like the Iron Man movies, I guess. Blade. I loved Blade. I wanted to be Blade so bad when I was younger, man. I wanted to be Blade. I used to collect comic books. I thought Blade. I like vampires, but I don't like them sissy vampires. I like the tough vampires like Blade. But it's just, I think the movie was overhyped, but it was good. It was good. I think it was a good movie. Certain elements here and there, but I don't think there's anything racially charged about it. There was one line in there where I was like, there was one part where he was like, yo, if we start letting refugees in, they're gonna bring their problems. That's why I don't want to open these borders. And I was like, I just kind of looked around, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me see what the Black Panther said it now, maybe, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's all I got, man. This is 13 minutes long. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you on the next smoke.